Hello, beings of unspecified origin. Welcome back. Now that the floor is done, need to build something to put on top of that floor. So, framing. That's what this is about now. Sorry, I got the. I don't know if you can hear all the lawnmowers in the background there, but apparently finally got a nice sunny day, and everyone has to cut the grass today that I want to film. Figures. So anyways, what's up? Well, what we're going to be doing is these are the boards that were laminated previously. Going to scrape the glue that's squeezed out in between the joints there so that they're nice and clean, square. And we're going to start cutting up lumber to start attaching, gluing together, and building the frame. Because some idiot decided that in the design that faceted angles look really cool and fun, makes for a little bit more difficult here with the cutting, the measuring, and the getting everything lined up. So this is going to be a bit of a slow process. It's not going to fly together. There's going to be a lot of math involved, a lot of measuring, marking, remeasuring, remarking. I don't want to make a lot of mistakes here because I don't have a lot of lumber left over here, and the cost of it. I mean, who can afford to make mistakes here with prices the way they are right now? So, all right, well, I guess there's nothing, nothing left to say. Just going to start rambling here. So, let's just get to work. All right, and start gluing some of these cross members or frame members up here. The supports. That's it. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna start gluing up some of the supports up together here. This is one of the main beams that's going to go across the width of the trailer, and then obviously they're going to have the uprights come this way. So once it starts coming together, you see kind of what's going on there. Just made this quick little jig here with some offcuts. It's just so that as I'm trying to get everything aligned here, I have something to push up against, and it's not going to go past this here. So it's going to just something quick just to keep everything aligned here. But yeah, so we're going to mix up some epoxy and put the pocket screws in there and get this going here. I'm going to try and get as much as I could in one go, but I think just to start with, I'm going to just do just the 3 on this side, and then let the cure, and then I can use that as a support and just keep building on top of that. So so just going to do just the 3 here and then glue those up. Have you ever spent time on something, in your mind it's like, this is going to work amazing, only to spend the time, go to use the thing that you made, and it not work at all the way that you wanted it to? Yeah, me neither. Well, I hadn't put this in, I made this as a brace, so I thought my idea was that this was the exact profile of the board that I'm trying to
to glue towards here, and this should hold tight and prevent the upright from basically sliding forward while I'm gluing. Didn't work. The problem is that it doesn't. Making sure it sits in there and you can put some pressure on it, but it doesn't. Unless you basically get it exact, it could still slide around. And a couple of these pieces here, they actually came forward a little bit and didn't line up perfectly. So going back, I thought, well, these I had my positioning squares. Sorry for, I'm stuffed up today. The allergies are just killing me today. Anyways, so I grabbed a couple of my positioning squares, put a few bolts through them just to hold them together, and I got some packing tape around it just to so that I don't get glue sticking to it while using this. But the idea is that take the board that we want to glue up. If it's this way. Line it up so that there's the overlap there. I'm going to give a little bit more. That's good. Grab Mr. C-clamp or Mrs. C-clamp. Tighten down a little bit. And now use that. So now this is going to give me a little bit more of something to basically help keep this thing from twisting. But now because there's a little bit of a handle here, that I can actually use that to control this board a little bit, keep it lined up with the mark, and then slam some screws in there. So let's give it a go. Alright, well, yeah, so that's, those are glued up. Did that work any better? No, it did not. Luckily though, I'm done with angles for the next little bit, so it gives me a little bit of time to figure out how I'm going to brace those while gluing. But, oh well, it is what it is. Again, so those are glued up. We'll let them cure up, and in the interim, we'll start getting the framing for the windows, because that's going to be the next part. It's going to be a frame around a window, so it's going to, no, enough of this amateur stuff. Now is where it really counts, so, yeah. Oh, I just realized that I need to get at my battery and charger for the drill. Yeah. I guess I'll wait for it I don't really need it that much or that badly in the next 6 hours or so.
Getting closer. We got more members here, or the sides glued up, ready to go. Just got to trim the ends, drill some pockets in the end there so they can mount to the base, the trailer base. I want to show you a little joint here. Slight oopsie on the angle. That one too. It's probably more epoxy than wood right now, but Sorry about that. Had a little bit of an ID 10T error there. The forgot to check the memory cards on the camera, and they filled up and lost quite a bit of footage. But anyways, that is what it looks like now. So I got all the sides on, the plywood on the outside. It's glued, screwed, and tattooed. Now once this is all set, I'm going to go through, clean up any of the edges, epoxy the seams. I'm getting close here. You see that there's, gap space. I got epoxy, a couple of oopses that need to be filled in, seams. So yeah, I'm just going to fill all those in with epoxy. And the other thing that's going to be done is the mounting of the solar panel. So we've got to make some brackets to mount them and map out where all the holes are going to, where all the wires are basically going to egress out of this. And then I'm going to actually epoxy those wires in as well. So, yeah, so it's still a fair bit of work, but huge victory. Anyways, well, I'll swing you around here. See from the inside. There's the door, all the supports. But yeah, it's coming. It's looking good. So the next you see, we'll start in some electrical work. Anyways, thanks for watching.